All licensed doctors are now required to demonstrate to the General Medical Council that they are fit to practice and that their skills are up to date, as revalidation slowly becomes a reality. The two main parts to revalidation are relicensure. This is to confirm that a doctor is practicing in accordance with the GMC's generic standards, and recertification, and this confirms that doctors on the specialist and GP registers meet the standards necessary for their specialty. The term revalidation encompasses both relicensing and recertification processes. And today I'm joined by the SAS chairman, Dr. Radhakrishna Shanbhag, to talk about revalidation for SAS doctors. Dr. Shanbhag, can you tell me how the distinct processes of relicensure and recertification apply to SAS doctors?
All doctors must take part in the process of relicensing, but only SAS doctors on the specialist register will need to take part in recertification. Recertification is likely to follow in future for all SAS doctors once appropriate standards have been developed.
Some SAS doctors may be working in specialties that are different from those in which they originally qualified. How will they be revalidated?
SAS doctors will be revalidated for their current specialty practice based on the work they are currently undertaking, that is, against current practice.
Okay, but who will make the decisions of whether a doctor is fit to practice medicine or not?
There will be a responsible officer at the local level who will oversee revalidation. The responsible officer will consider the doctor's portfolio of evidence and then make a recommendation to the GMC on a doctor's fitness to practice. There is going to be Department of Health guidance on the role of the responsible officer, which will be published shortly, following a consultation last year.
Sure. Well, what will happen to doctors that fail to be revalidated?
We expect that most doctors should pass the process with ease. Where concerns arise, however, the intention is that these should be highlighted at an early stage to ensure that it does not affect a doctor's ability to revalidate. There will be a right of appeal, but there is not yet any further detail on how this will work. In the event that a doctor fails to revalidate, a number of measures such as remediation and fitness to practice procedures will be considered.
Some SAS doctors only have one supporting programmed activity. Will they need more to prepare for revalidation?
1 PA is the minimum expected on the new contract. Revalidation is based on a system of enhanced appraisal and is likely to take longer to undertake. It is expected that as you progress in your career, you would need more time to demonstrate that you meet all the requirements of your seniority. As such, we recommend that you should discuss this at your next job plan review, bringing evidence of what work you do in any additional SPA time.
There's been a lot of talk about using feedback from a range of different people as part of the appraisals process, the so-called multi-source feedback or 360 degrees appraisal. How will this fit into the revalidation process?
Multi-source feedback tools will be used to demonstrate competency in a number of areas. The process is in the recently released GMC consultation, to which SASC will be actively responding. The revalidation support team, which is the body tasked with developing the appraisal process in England, has suggested that at least one multi-source feedback will be required every 5 years. The President of the General Medical Council, however, has suggested at the SASC Development Conference that most would probably expect this to occur twice every 5 years.
Some SAS doctors may feel that previous experience of appraisal has simply been just a tick box exercise. Is this the sort of information that will be used in revalidation?
Revalidation requires enhanced appraisal, which is a process which will be formative and developmental. The doctor will be required to submit a portfolio of evidence to demonstrate that he or she meets the required standards to continue to practice in their specialty. It is not meant to be a tick box exercise.
The second stage pilots for revalidation are taking place and should run until March 2011. Recertification is likely to be implemented from late 2011 at the earliest. Some SAS doctors may have heard about these pilots. Can you tell me what's going on and how the BMA is involved?
Amongst the activities, each pilot will test the role of the responsible officer, test the proposals for a strengthened form of appraisal, explore how the evidence of specialist standards are brought into the appraisal discussion, and clarify the role of the medical colleges or faculties to support the process. This will eventually inform the definitive appraisal process. These pilots will have a steering group which will include a BMA representative. There will also be a national steering group with BMA representation, and we will be monitoring the pilots closely and updating our members at regular intervals.
You can find more information on revalidation and how it applies to different groups of doctors on the GMC website, which is www.gmc-uk.org, or the BMA website at www.bma.org.uk/revalidation. Members can also contact Ask Pma on 0300 123 1233. If you have any comments about revalidation, or you want to ask what the BMA is doing to support you, please contact info.revalidation@bma.org.uk.